Hey guys, so this first video is kind of a mashup. You'll see the first couple scenes are in the snow. That's because that's when I first started this project, and then it took me a whole nother like year and a half to get all my stuff sorted out and actually find a donor truck to where it was worth tearing this one down. I spent some time trying to patch this thing and run it a little bit just to actually use the truck, and it just went poorly. So um, you'll see going forward that I started, I don't know, I think that was January of or December of last year, and now it's September. Hopefully this December we'll be ripping this bad boy. So I don't know, enjoy a couple tips and a little mishmash of tearing a 6.5 and a Duramax out. See ya. Alright, this is video number 1. This is my 95 1-ton dually that I'm going to be Duramax swapping. This truck's got a 6.5 in it. Second one that's ever been in it. Started out life as a big block. I 6.5 swapped it and regretted it ever since. The block's cracked right in here. It tried to pull number 1 head stud. That's a beer box mold for JB Weld that didn't work. Tried to pull the head stud out from all 190 horse. So we'll go through the full steps. I'm gonna go LB7 NV4500. I'm gonna make a standalone harness and also go through how to convert everything. Hopefully. Stay tuned. Alright, so here's the first startup of this guy. She's been sitting, I don't know, a couple weeks now. Every time I start it, the JB Weld leaks a little more. But naturally, the batteries are dead. So this thing broke like a year ago and just been deteriorating. It's a real shame. This truck runs really good. I really like the 6.5, but man, it's just been so bad to me. It's about 40 degrees. She cleans up soon. Alright, so this is day 1 of Duramax swap on the 95. So, one fender well's out, got the intake off, got the fan shroud off. I'll pull the fan next. Rad's draining, cooling out right now. So, we got most of it caught. We'll see how this goes. Alright, stay tuned. Pro tip here for you. If you don't have a strap wrench, make one. So I did 2 wraps around the pulley bell. Brought the strap down on the frame, tightened her down. And then put my wrench on there. Whacked it a couple times with a hammer. And she's good and free. Also, don't forget which way lefty threads are. I did. Didn't go well. Here we are on day 2. Got some updates. I got the 6.5 all stripped down. Someone's coming this weekend. He's gonna buy it. It's Sunday. He'll be here next weekend, I should say. Anyhow, pulled a couple key things off. I got my alternator and bracket. I got over here the starter, fan, injection pump, intake, fuel filter. I got a Blazer with a 6.5 in it, so I'm keeping a handful of things. But engine bay looks the same, just no engine in it. So away she goes. I gotta rip all the wiring out of it, I think, and then try to marry the 2 harnesses. There's a lot I can pull from here now. It was an electronic 6.5. I converted it to mechanical, and then, you know, didn't delete any of the wiring then. So put that on the list. Then we got the donor truck over here. I just picked it up last week. Started tearing into it just to see what I got coming ahead of me. I don't think it's gonna be too bad, but time will tell. So far, I really like this platform. I'm not a GMT 800 guy, but these are almost easier than the 400s to tear down. But so far we got the ECM and TCM pulled, fan shroud fan, and a bunch of the stuff off the front. I haven't drained coolant yet, so I don't really feel like doing that today. It's Sunday afternoon. I'm gonna get ready for work tomorrow. But this truck I bought, he just put an engine in it. It has 130,000 on it, so I think it'll last a while. I'm not gonna do injectors or head gaskets, near as I can tell, unless it's really cold this winter and I feel like working inside and tearing the motor down. But I got it super cheap. Here's the tranny. Oh, here's some of the tranny, and here's some more of the tranny, and then some more of the tranny, a little bit more, and then, you know, that's what's left of the tranny. So they quoted him 10 grand to rebuild the transmission, and he wasn't about that. So far I'm trying to do this on a budget, and we're gonna do pretty good, I think. I got the truck for $2,500. I'm gonna sell my 6.5 for $1,400, so $1,100 so far into it. We'll see where we end up. More updates to come. I'll try to get better with videoing and stuff. Maybe I'll get a tripod set up or something, I don't know. But yep, there's the fleet. We'll see what we do. So here we are, day 3, closing in on the end of it. Skunk just got spayed. She's not having it. Anyhow, got the rads out and coolant drained, all that fun stuff. Working on pulling the core support, and it's kind of a bugger. They tied everything into this, so just keep looking for bolts. I had to pull the washer reservoir off, the computer mount off, battery box over here, same thing, battery box, a little bit less tied in on that side. Anyhow, once you get all that stuff off, then you still got to figure out how to get it out, because it binds up right here. You get stuck on both. So I think the way to do this is to pull the bushings out. You can kind of lean this thing back like this, lift up on it, and then you get enough room to slide the bushing out through the bottom. And then I was going over to do the other side and figured it might be worth showing somebody, just, you know, in case they get into some sort of a bind like this. But this is kind of the move. I think it's a two-handed operation. Oh, there she goes. Once that guy's out, now you have all the room in the world to rock this thing out of here. So, you know, little stuff along the way I find that makes it easier, I'll be sure to pass along. But otherwise, we're going to skip through most of the engine pulling on both trucks, just because if you're going to try to swap an LB7 to an NV4500, probably don't need to know how to pull them out. You're probably good enough to do that. So, yep, you'll hear back whenever we get to the next thing. Oh, one more cool thing. These trucks, this is all you need just about to unplug the engine from the truck. There's this other little harness here that comes across. It's got the glow plug solenoid in the back. It comes over, looks like it does this guy, and, you know, alternator. Apparently all the non-fuel injection stuff that comes over to here. It's got more plugs, you know, nothing major though, all non-engine related, well, non-injection related stuff. So I think it comes down and around too, and maybe, yeah, it looks like it's the crankshaft sensor down there or something. So nothing too crazy, but yeah, all your little sensors, the maths, pressures, things, happenings, that's all tied into those big plugs. So, alright, you'll hear back from me later. Alright, this bad boy's out on the ground. That worked really well. One more thing. I got the cooling stack out. I pulled it in one piece. So, they're tied together. The rad actually bolts to the intercooler. And then the intercooler just has these two tabs at the top you unbolt, and pins at the bottom that sit right down inside of here. So that thing was heavy. If I did it again, I'd probably pull the rad, then pull the intercooler, just because it was kind of a struggle getting it out with the AC lines, training lines. Everything was snagging on all these brackets over here and the pipe outlets and stuff. So would recommend doing that in 2 steps. But hey, they're out. So when they go back in, I'll probably go back in one piece. Cool. Here we are. Day 4. We got her out. Pretty sweet. It is a good bit larger now looking at it, sitting next to a 6.5. You know, she's got some beef to her. But hey, that's alright. We'll make her fit. Wasn't too bad to pull. They did a really nice job making this thing removable. I don't know if I said it already, but there's 2 plugs here that yank right here. Those guys pull just about everything off the engine. There was one harness that came over, hit the AC pump, the alternator, wrapped around to the air conditioning over here, and it also came down around, wrapped underneath. We had a ground, and then back to the starter. So all in all, not bad. It's kind of nice not having to rip all the wiring off this thing. So yep, there she be. The old truck's chilling over here. Didn't even have to pull the hood off. So that's kind of nice. So, still got some stripping to do on this thing. We gotta yank the harness off for the ECM. Here's the 2 plugs for the plug into the engine. And then I think the throttle pedal is about the only thing that goes into the cab. It's kind of weird, but there's your ECM. It lives like right here. That's, I don't know. Seems like a bad place to put a computer, but hey. Yeah, there's the hole. Came out really easy.